Hello, everyone. This is Theo from the anime roster, and I'm joined with.
Tom.
Yeah, we're going to be talking about My Home Hero episode 7, I think. And we're just going to get right into it. One of the things that I think first happens in the start of the episode is we kind of just see like Rika get more involved in the plot so far. Which I mean, Rek has already been involved since episode 1, obviously, but we actually do see more to do with her in terms of like dialogue and stuff like that. And so uh, we're kind of seeing things get, I guess like we're kind of seeing things get more active with her in that sense. I don't know if that makes sense, but I guess like that's a way I describe it. And basically, Kyuchi is kind of just getting involved and basically trying to get in contact with Rika and Tetsuo and Kasen. They're basically just trying to keep this dude away from their daughter because they know that what he's after, and they know that he's trying to get um, evidence on them for killing Nabuto, and Rika would probably be the closest that he would have at the moment to finding out about it. So, basically, he's trying to like leave his contact number into like I think like Rika's shoe or something like that. And Tetsuo is trying to make it seem like he's kind of like weirdo, and he's just trying to hit on her and stuff like that. But as it goes on, there's clearly more to the interaction between these characters more than we initially thought. So yeah, Tom, what are your thoughts so far on like this episode?
I really like this episode a lot. And the reason why is because I think things are starting to come full circle. I think Reika has become a little bit more suspicious of her parents and kind of what's going on with her boyfriend Nabuto. And it's, I think, somewhat clear to us that within the next few episodes, she's probably going to become aware of what her parents are doing and also what truly happened to Nabuto. And I think the organization is probably going to catch on as well. One of the things that I think made this episode great in my eyes was just how Reika, her father, and her mother were both heavily involved in this episode. Reika was kind of unintentionally involved in the sense that she isn't necessarily aware of what's going on, but towards the end of the episode, I think when she was texting, what was that? What's that guy's name? The guy that
Uh, I think like Kyuchi.
Yeah, Kiyoshi. She was basically texting Kiyoshi and she was kind of wondering about what went on with her boyfriend and why her father's head was damaged. So even she's a little bit suspicious, and I think that's kind of opening up the box in terms of what might happen. Another thing that I really liked was also how cooperative Reika's mom is, Kaisen. She is talking to, I think, Kiyoshi's mother, and then also from there she's helping out the father. She's also taking into consideration her daughter's feelings and where she's going to be and what's going on with her. So that was a nice element to the episode. One thing I really like a lot so far is Tetsuyo in terms of how he's trying to rush. I forget what kind of happens towards the end, but he's trying to basically put evidence of something in a locker, and the episode ends off with him trying to run away, and then as the elevator opens, Kiyoshi happens to be there, and we don't necessarily know what happens. And I think that's a very great way to end off the episode. But those are just kind of my general thoughts on what happened in this episode. There's a lot that's happened. There was a wide variety of emotions that went on, and so I think that was also a good addition. But what do you think about some of the events that I've talked about, Theo?
Uh, yeah, basically. Basically it's kind of like a back and forth sort of thing where it's you're kind of just seeing like Tetsuo and Kasen trying to hide these things from like Reika, but at the same time they're trying to like they're basically going through like hurdles with what's his face like Kiyuchi, so they're kind of just going through they're basically just going through like all these loops and stuff, and uh it's been something like I've described since like our first review, but basically they're kind of just having like a back and forth, and I guess you could say it's kind of like similar to like Light and L from like Death Note, where it's like Light knows like he's committed these crimes and stuff, but L doesn't know for certain, but he has a strong hunch, and that he's like almost certain that like it is Light who's Kira. So it's kind of like it's kind of a thing, right? A lot like that. It's kind of like a cat and mouse game in a sense. Except like in this case, I guess like with Kyuchi, he's basically trying to get down to like he's trying to get to the very bottom of all this stuff, but he's being like very sneaky and tactical about it. And Tetsuo is also pretty smart and tactical about it, considering that like this is his first time that he's committed a crime and just straight up murdered someone. But uh, with him being tied into like the whole organization thing, and actually killing like Nobito, and unintentionally probably revealing certain secrets that revealing certain things that he probably shouldn't have revealed. It makes his situation a lot harder, and I guess that kind of like I guess that kind of ties into like some other things with Kasen, where she actually I think like gets into Kyuchi's like phone email or like personal address and stuff like that, and he actually meets his mother, and I can't remember the exact details, but from what I remember, she basically just wants to meet his mother to I guess gain some sort of information out of the whole ordeal, and it kind of reveals stuff about like you know it kind of reveals stuff about like Kyuchi's upbringing, and like I think like his father committed suicide after certain events unfolded, and his mother is kind of emotional about the whole thing. Makes sense because her husband committed suicide, and basically her son is all that she has left, and she's just grateful that I guess she can rely on like Kyuchi, and the fact that he can take care of himself, and he's doing pretty good for himself. But I'm assuming that she doesn't know that he's tied into this criminal organization, which is probably mostly uh, why he's probably hiding certain stuff, and making it seem like his career is actually a lot better than it probably actually is. This is me just assuming things. I don't think that they mentioned that in the episode, but this is all just my headcanon on what I believe. And that one thing kind of leads to another, and then at the end of the episode, Tetsuo he has like a bag of evidence of like the stuff. He uses all the I think like the body parts and the remains of like Nobito, and basically he puts all this evidence that he has in a bag, and then he actually tries to uh, sabotage Kyuchi into making it seem like that he's the one who actually committed the murder. But in the end, we basically see that Kyuchi actually comes out of the elevator, and then cliffhanger. So yeah, basically it's gonna get a lot more intense from this point forward, and I don't really know how Tetsuo could make it out of a situation like that. But uh, yeah, it's pretty intense. So the episodes are getting a lot more interesting. So yeah, that was basically my opinion. I would say overall, I'd give this episode a solid 7 or 8 out of 10. Uh, and those are pretty much all my thoughts. But yeah, do you have any more thoughts to say about this episode?
No, that's really it, Theo. There's really nothing else I can add on to that. I think everything that you've pointed out is amazing, and it really kind of goes into how the episode is. I would give this episode like an 8.3 out of 10. It's I think it's a quite a bit of an improvement from the previous episodes, and things are finally starting to come full circle. And there's really nothing else that I think I could add on to that.
Yeah, and now with that, that would be the end of our review. And thank you for watching. If you did, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. All that stuff. And thank you, Tom, for joining this review. And yeah.